Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2. We are in the control room of the amusement park. This is the final stage. Let's do it. Got quite a few new enemies that we'll be meeting, but we won't be meeting them quite yet. Instead, we'll be fighting off a bunch of slingshot enemies. And we do have a new hazard here, conveyor belts. If you throw a crate at the switch, you can actually change the direction that these conveyor belts go. Just watch which direction the dark parts are going, and you should be able to figure it out. We're gonna meet another new enemy eventually, but they're gonna take us by surprise a little bit if and when we meet them. Yeah, these pink artichokes that come out from the left. There's only 2 of them, and if you're not careful, they will get you. Second section, we have this electrical barrier here at the bottom. We have to avoid that, obviously. Thankfully, it's not insta-death, but the real hazard are all these birds. Even if you destroy one, it'll just send out another one. They come out in just infinite numbers, and eventually they'll start dropping eggs at you too, and the eggs hatch, and the hatchlings will also come after you. Thankfully, the hatchlings are pretty slow, but as long as you can stop these guys before they drop the eggs, you should be good. And when you make it here to the end, they stop throwing eggs. Interesting. Just now notice that. Also, in case of a 2-player game, both characters will be fully healed at the cookie part. So, Chip gets fully healed, Dale gets fully healed, regardless of how many parts you have. Now here, you do not want to throw the crates at the switches here, because it makes it easier to go against the grain, go against the conveyor belts here, and avoid the lasers. Again, do not hit the switches. You want the conveyor belts to take you to the left. When the lasers stop, you just want to jump your way across. Then you'll be dealing with the dogs again. Thankfully, we've met the dogs before, so we know how to take care of these guys. It won't be long before we reach the end, but we're going to be dealing with one more hazard. And there's nothing here. Alright, we now have these ball shooting cannons. The balls always bounce off at 45-degree angles, and you just kind of want to gun it. Press A and B simultaneously to grab that final crate, and you'll be in the last section of the game, before the boss. Here you just have the spoon enemies, hit them from behind once, then hit them again to take care of them. All the Rescue Ranger icons spell the word danger. Don't know why you're collecting a whole bunch of them, because you're not going to need any more continues. This is the final area of the game. You've got as many continues as you can. Also, in case you've taken damage during the last section, you can find acorns in these crates too. So you should be able to heal up quite a bit. And I don't know why Fat Cat is flashing here, because it's not like we're talking to a hologram or anything. The game doesn't imply that that's a hologram. So I don't know why he's flashing other than the NES's sprite limit or something. I don't really know why. Nevertheless, we've made it to this cutscene at the end of this short stage. And we're not going to take him out directly this time. We're going to face the Fat Cat robot before we can go after him. So yeah, Fat Cat has learned from the first game, and he's now taking the coward's way out, kind of. The lights go out, we just have those red flashing lights on the floor to tell us that's the floor, and now we have the Fat Cat robot. If you get to... It stomps at first, but it never seems to do that again. It does have a few attacks, such as that hand that can grab at you, the spike ball bouncing across the room, and it can fly into the air. Remember where it says danger. You don't want to stand there when the Fat Cat Robot comes down. And I don't know why I kept jumping there, so that's 2 dumb hits I took. And every time it flies into the air, it leaves a bomb. You want to grab the bomb. It starts counting down. When the Fat Cat Robot comes back. And you want to throw it so that the explosion hits the robot, not the bomb itself. Also, 2 other attacks. There was a spike ball attack I mentioned earlier, as well as these sparks that come out of the tail. If you somehow end up behind it when it drops back to the floor, you won't have to deal with that or the spike ball. And by that, I mean the sparks that travel across the floor. That should have hit that. I don't know why it did. Threw it a little too late. But it does shoot sparks across the floor 3 at a time. You can easily jump over them very easily. And I keep throwing the bomb too late. I was able to get behind it more often than not in the practice run. Yeah, game's just not giving me really good RNG because it ends up in the right side of the screen no matter what. And there it goes again. It's like the game is almost self-aware and I can't get a good shot on it. Maybe I should just stop talking for a while and maybe things will go my way a little bit. Maybe I can concentrate and pay attention and stuff. Wow, I'm really not doing very well here, but at least I'm not drinking any more dumb hits and I'm avoiding everything like a boss. 3, 2, 1. There we go, but I took a dumb hit there. I wish the game would just let me get behind this thing for once. What is with the RNG with this thing? Come on! If you can get the bomb to bounce off the Fat Cat Robot boss, there we go. When you throw it. Yeah, if you can get the bomb to bounce off like that just before it explodes, you'll have a good sporting chance. Plus, if you can get behind this thing, you don't have to deal with all those attacks like I did. And I'm going to again. I love how when you do enough damage to this thing, you start seeing the wear and tear on the robot, and every time it lands, like flames come out of the back. That's really, really nice. And that was terrible. That was terrible. Hopefully now I can get another hit on this thing. Ugh. I forgot about the spike ball. I don't know why I didn't try to move under it. So now I'm gonna have to do this again. Adding time to this video. Hopefully I will have better luck. Didn't have to avoid those attacks all that much in the practice run, so that's why the game is kind of giving me a hard time. And it always does that stomp at the beginning of the battle, no matter what. Then it goes up into the air. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, you don't want to be anywhere below the danger arrow, because that's where the Fat Cat Robot is going to land, if you weren't already aware. There we go. And that's what the Fat Cat Robot looks like without its hand, too, by the way. And at least I can get behind this thing. Remember, the countdown on the bombs doesn't go down until the Fat Cat Robot pretty much shows up. So you can just go ahead and grab the bomb and then just play the waiting game here. There we go. Dodged the hand perfectly this time. Almost walked on top of the bomb there. And if I threw it just a little bit earlier, I would have been able to get a hit there. Ah, well. At least I'm avoiding everything so far. So this has been a pretty good game. Not as memorable as the first game, sadly, probably because of its release date. You don't have an overworld map like in the first game. But the game does look good. The game plays well. And I'm guessing you do have to get the bomb to bounce off the robot to make the odds of you doing damage better. Ugh. So this is a good game. I do recommend it. Music, gameplay, graphics are all what you'd expect from Capcom. They even made Chip and Dale look better. They didn't have to do it, but they did. And while the music may not be as memorable, again, probably because of the release date of this game did come out in 1993, around the time that all these developers that were concentrating on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis / Mega Drive. But if you can find it, it's still worth picking up. Well, I got more hits on it this time around than I did the first time. Almost at second time right there. I should have this boss beaten in no time. And apparently I forgot that the bomb can bounce off of the hand or something. Probably would have bounced off earlier than I expected it to. Apparently I didn't throw the thing at the top of my jump. That's probably my problem. This thing should be going down at any time now. Oh, finally we're behind this thing again. There we go. When that happens the second time, when you start seeing the nails flying around the second time, all the screws and the bolts and everything, you've beaten the Fat Cat robot once and for all. Now let's collect our continue that we don't need. I'm assuming those are all continues. And the game does the bonus thing again. We don't need it, we're done with the game. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab a 2-up because I can. And now for the ending to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2. As soon as we beat the Fat Cat robot, this place starts falling apart. Monterey, Zipper, and Gadget escape, while Chip and Dale try to find Fat Cat. Chip and Dale apparently don't make it out in time, but the music here kind of betrays what's going on in the story, and it just kind of gives it away that Chip and Dale just came back safe and unharmed and everything. Sadly, we never did find Fat Cat, so sadly, Fat Cat has escaped. But the Rescue Rangers are sure that they'll meet up with him again. Sadly, there wasn't another Rescue Rangers game. Not for any system, sadly. As far as I know. But they still made the odd appearance here and there. I'm pretty sure they're in the Kingdom Hearts games. I've never actually played any of those, but I'm pretty sure they're in those games. One of them at least. Anyway, Zipper shows up. We see all 5 Rescue Rangers on the same screen. And then we get our credits lists ending screen. So, like I said, music, gameplay, graphics, they're all what you'd expect from Capcom. They're great. Game just plays exactly like the first one, though you can throw diagonally, and sadly, 99% of the time, all you throw is crates. You're on rails pretty much the whole time. You pretty much have to play every level that the game throws at you. It's not like the first game where you have an overworld map and you get to pick and choose whether or not you want to do all the levels. To some extent, nah, you're basically on rails the entire time. But it's still a great game nonetheless. Underrated sequel, underrated gem. It's not the best game in the world, but it's exactly what you'd expect from the Disney Capcom era. It does its job at entertaining the player well. By all means, do check this game out. And that'll wrap it up for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2. Hopefully, I will be back with another Let's Play. Don't know what it'll be, but hopefully it'll be as good as this game. So until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching! And see you guys later.